So what made you nervous the first time last year when you made the decision to elect to go to this HSA? What made you nervous about it?
Well, last year, you guys are fortunate because they're going to fund it for you up front. Mine didn't get funded. I got an empty account that accumulated. I was putting money in, the district put $37 every pay period in there. So I was looking at it like, you know, what if I have something like a kidney stone attack? Oh my God, how am I going to pay that? Well, I sat and thought about it, and I thought, what you really need to look at is the most it can cost you, your medical coverage, in any one given year is $4,500. Can I float that? And I decided I could, you know, just to have the, when you take into account the tax savings and the fact that it rolls over every year and you can accumulate it endlessly, I thought this is a good time to start. When I'm relatively healthy, I'll take that risk.
And I think Blanche brings up the point in your consideration of this, is that for those of you who are doing the buy-up, you're paying that money out. You know that you have costs that you have to cover, but out of each one of your 21 pays, you're having a significant amount of money coming out. And perhaps it's a good year for you in the fact that you don't have to go to the doctor all that often. That money is still coming out though. With the HSA, you're able to build up this money, and granted, you have to then make a choice as to whether you're going to go see the doctor or not, and that's a whole different discussion, and that perhaps speaks to the nerves of everyone in going to that. Do I go to the doctor? Because I know there's going to be a cost associated to that. The ceiling that Blanche refers to is the fact that after $4,500 for the single person, and there is a ceiling as well for those who do the family coverage on the HSA, that once you reach that limit, and she had to make a decision as to whether she was able to fund that out of pocket, everything above that is going to be paid 100%. So the risk, the liability that you have as an individual is $4,500. Maybe you've saved up $1,000. Maybe you've saved up $2,200. Maybe you've saved up $37 because it was that rough year. You at least know that it can go no higher than $4,500. And on the dependent plan, that amount of money is being taken out of whether you're planning on using it or not. And I think that's where we come to in the decision making in this is for those on the buy-up, it's becoming unfeasible, it's becoming cost prohibitive, whatever term you'd like to use, to continue to do that plan. So does your choice become the core? That's one of your choices you could go to. I'm thinking that you might want to make a strong consideration to the HSA, because if it is that difficult year, with visits, prescriptions, possible hospitalization, you know that your cap is $4,500 no matter what. Whereas on the core plan, those co-pays build up, and build up. Any other thoughts you want to give as we close this up?
Well, it is a $4,500 ceiling out of pocket, but it's only a $2,500 deductible.
Correct.
And once you meet your deductible, the plan starts paying 80%, and you pay 20%. So you may not reach your $4,500 out of pocket, but it doesn't seem quite as scary when you think $2,500 deductible. Can I afford that? You know, if something comes up, am I going to be able to afford that? The other thing is, on the core plan, your deductible does not count towards your out-of-pocket costs. So if you do really have that bad year with the kidney stone and everything else, it still may end up costing you more with the core than it would have with HSA, because your deductible does not apply towards your out-of-pocket costs. So now you've got to meet a $1,200 deductible, start paying, you know, the 20%, plus keep waiting to meet that out-of-pocket cost, which is still pretty high. I can't remember what it is now. I brought it. It's on here.
Blanche?
Well, one of the things I wanted to say is when you do go to the doctor and you are sick on the HSA, United Healthcare has worked with the doctors. You get billed at about half of what their office visit is. So that cost is really cut back. And also, I don't pay a copay for my normal visits. If it's a routine physical checkup, a well woman visit, that's free, mammograms are free. All of that stuff has no copay to it at all. So I really do like it. And the other thing I like is I have the money. When I do get sick, I'm paying for that. So the power on how that care takes place is with me and my doctor, not with the insurance company. and I really appreciate that part.
Did you find that cost?
Yes, I did. It's $1,500. So the individual's out-of-pocket cost is, I'm sorry, that was the buy-up. On the core plan, it's $4,000. So it's really only a $500 difference
Right.
between the two plans.
And I thank you for taking the time to watch this. Please know that your decisions in regard to what you do with your health care and with your finances are purely your choice. And if you have further follow-up questions, I'd make a strong suggestion that you give a call over to Carol Proborski in the benefits office for further information outside of this. Again, these are suggestions for points for you to consider. It's not a suggestion to you that this is what you should or you have to do. But we wanted to employee to employee, look out for your finances while giving a nod to the thought processes that the three of us, Blanche, who's already gone, and we don't know if Blanche has a kidney stone or not, so please don't send an email or a card to Blanche. We're going to hope that there is not one. But as Karen and as I, because I am considering as well going on the HSA, and that's a personal decision that I'll make, but some of the thought processes that we have in considering to go to this thing which is named a high deductible and at the same time health savings. So I'd like to thank Karen, thank Blanche for their time, and thank you for your consideration inside of this. So remember, you have up until April 30th to make this decision, and that's a hard date. The decision must be made then.
Go to a meeting.
Thank you. Go to a meeting, call the benefits office. Have a great day.